I'm Joni Watson. I'm from Dayton, Ohio, and I was an art teacher for 35 years in Dayton education at Dayton Public Schools. So today I'm reading a book called Dear Earth, and it's by Isabel Otter, and it was illustrated by Clara Ganuzzi. And I really liked it because as an art teacher, I love the illustrations, and I think sometimes illustrations help us to enjoy a book even more. And it's called Dear Earth. When Tessa and Grandpa went walking, he would tell her about the earth. Grandpa had been an explorer once, and he had seen many wondrous things and loved to tell Tessa about his adventures. I'm sure some of you have been walking with your grandparents before. As Grandpa talked, pictures were painted in Tessa's mind. She decided to write a letter to the earth. But how to begin? Start by writing Dear Earth, then let your imagination flow, said Grandpa. Dear Earth, Tessa began. The sea roared in the distance, and Tessa continued to write. My grandpa has told me a lot about you, and you sound wonderful. One day, I'm going to be an explorer like Grandpa. Most of your surface is covered in water. I want to dive deep in the oceans and see shoals of swirling fish. I would blow bubbles with the whales and glide like a sea turtle. I think this is really beautiful. I would love to explore your lands too. And when the animals stampede, I would run among them. My heart would beat as loudly as their thundering hooves. You're home to gentle giants, as well as tiny little creatures. I want to run through your meadows and kiss the butterflies, splash under waterfalls, and float in blue lagoons. Part of you is frozen over. Do you ever feel the cold? Grandpa said that unicorns swim in the Arctic Ocean. That's not something I've ever thought about. Unicorns swimming in the Arctic Ocean. You have ridges of mountains that towers over everything. Some of them have their heads in the clouds. In the underwater forests of the mangroves, sharks keep their babies safe. I would like to slide down desert dunes, but avoid the prickly cacti. And when bears go fishing, I would watch and dip my toes in the river. Up in your rainforest canopy, I would join with the hullabaloo of the birds and the monkeys. High in the sky, I would fly with the birds. Soaring and swooping, up, up I would go. Earth, you are full of such wonder, but you're fragile and you need love and care. Grandpa said that humans have hurt you, but we can help heal you too. The sea continued to roar in the distance as she simply finished her letter, Love from Tessa. Grandpa and Tessa walked down the beach together. I wish everyone knew how special the earth is, said Tessa. Do you think if people realized, then they would want to take care of the world and keep it safe? Yes, I do, said Grandpa, taking Tessa's hand. Maybe if enough of us share the message, we can still save our dear Earth. So this book was about how beautiful our Earth is and how Tessa really wants to make sure that our Earth is safe. So if you want to know more, Grandpa tells Tessa that humans have hurt our planet. He means that some people have lived, often unintentionally, in a way that has harmed the environment. We have created a lot of dirty fumes and pollution which are bad for our world and cause it to heat up. This is known as climate change or global warming. Earth habitants have already started to change, affecting wildlife all over the world. Sea ice is melting as the world gets warmer. This is bad news for the polar bears because they use the ice for hunting, resting, and raising their cubs. Sea turtles lay their eggs on the beaches. When ice melts and the sea level rises and begins to cover some of the Earth's beaches, making life difficult for sea turtles. Plastic is thrown away in enormous amounts, and sadly, a lot of it ends up in the sea. Marine animals often choke on plastic waste that is mistaken for food. Rainforests are being cut down all over the world, and trees are very important because they clean our air and provide a home to many creatures. But it's not all doom and gloom, and we have the power to change and live in a more environmentally friendly way. And there's still time to save our planet, so you can get involved. You can make a difference. You can write or draw a letter to the Earth just like Tessa, or you could write to your state senator or congressman about what they're doing to help fight climate change in your state. You can even suggest to your teacher or principal that your school begins a letter writing campaign. Here are some simpler ways that you can make a difference. You can help with beach cleanups. Some beaches provide buckets and litter pickers at their entrances so everybody gets involved. You can grow flowers. Bees love sweet-smelling blooms such as honeysuckle and lavender. And we need bees because they spread pollen around, and this helps plants make new seeds. You can walk or ride your bike to school. By walking or riding a bike around, fewer cars are used, which means less pollution in the air. And you can do recycling. Recycling helps reduce the amount of waste that might end up in the landfill or even in the sea. So I hope that you enjoyed our book today, and I hope that you can work to save our Earth and make it a better place for all.